did I damage your car? What happened to your car? Why are you parking there? My friend would approach me, and at that point, and I would not even bring the money up. I would say, there was a damage in my car, and I thought I'd just move it out of the way. And leave it at that. Leave it at that. I've said what I've done what you said, Richard. I've gotten it off my chest, but I've not jeopardized the friendship. I agree with you that you want to get it off our chest and say, and you know me, I don't hold back. I'm straightforward and I talk. Sometimes too much, and sometimes not too diplomatic, but I'm also cognizant of the fact that a friendship to me was very important.
But if you go back to what you said, you'd assume a friend would come forward and say something. Just by you saying that, that means if he doesn't, inside you're going to have a feeling, yes, you will.
No, I don't. I said I assume. I didn't say I expect. I didn't expect.
No, you don't expect, but even by assuming, I feel, I know myself, if I assume a good friend of mine would approach me about an issue, right, and he doesn't choose to, right, inside of me, I know for myself, I'd be thinking about him saying, you know what, I'm really surprised he hasn't approached me. Like, I'd be not hurt, but I would be thinking, why isn't he approaching me? Does he feel our friendship isn't good enough that he can come and tell me the truth? He's afraid to lose our friendship by telling me the truth. Whether, you know, it's a difficult situation. If he can't, I mean, you don't have a friendship, you just have a relationship.
What would happen in the situation between you and I, for example, when we're friends? Or better yet, the two of you, you're a real friend. Okay?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Not you two. These two. And what would happen if a situation like this happened between the two of you? Okay? Your tree or your car smashed into his car, whatever. And you just bumped it off to Ackert and said, you know, what you felt and the damage and all that stuff. Wouldn't you be concerned how Ackert feels? What if there was more than he could afford to pay you back?
What if the damage is more than you can afford to pay?
Ooh, good point. Don't be
Because you're on the assumption.
You are insured, aren't you?
If you're aware.
You are insured, are you not?
$1,000 is $1,000. I'm assuming that I had to pay $3,000 to get it fixed. Because that's how the story went.
Well, you would, because as insurance goes, if you are aware of that tree and the potential damage, and you do nothing, your insurance will not cover it.
So you're paying.
So you're paying $1,000.
So you're on the assumption then that if I'm the one that had the damaged car, that I've got the $1,000.
But aren't you partially responsible for keeping that car there and waiting for that to happen? You should have mitigated the situation by moving your car before it happened.
Okay, what if the tree, what if you're parking on your driveway, okay, by your driveway, now you gotta start parking on the road?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
I got one more thing.
I guess what I got out of all of this right now is that we all form assumptions. We assume, and we don't really know for sure because we haven't brought the subject up. We haven't talked about it with the neighbor. The two neighbors haven't talked about it. And right now we're all making assumptions. We're all making assumptions he doesn't have money. We're making assumptions that they're willing to pay for half. We're making assumptions that they want the full amount. But it's all, we're all assuming.
Ken, you're smirking.
We're all talking about it.
I want to hear you say something. Give it to Ken.
If you spell out the word, or sound out the word assume and make some ass out of you and me first. And of course, when you communicate, in the end, the person can't afford it. Fine, okay. Well, I guess we have to pay for the damage. I mean, you have to communicate with each other. Period. Because if I was the person who had that tree, again, it would hurt me if my neighbors are sitting there going, freaking out over the fact that, you know, they are mad at us because, you know, we ruined their car because we didn't trim the tree. It's about communication, like we're discussing here.
Give it to Ken.
Your comment.
Okay.
Well, I think one of the challenges is that this exercise gives us 4 options that are black and white, and we live in a gray world. So there's probably a lot more options that are available to us. you know, if this guy's a good buddy, then you should be able to go to your buddy and say, hey, it's like, hey man, you need a shower, like, it's something like that. You shouldn't have to hold back, right? So, you should be able to go to this guy, it's like, if that's me, you know, I invite him over for his birthday and I bake him a cake in the shape of a car with a big dent in it. Maybe that's a point, right? You know, if he's a buddy, like, one of the things in life I've learned is, money's the easiest thing to get and it's the easiest thing to lose, so I don't put a lot of value in it. But friendships and relationships, they're not easy to build and they're really easy to lose, so I think there's a lot more value in that than a dent in a car. So that's my opinion.
All right.
Keyword
Good comment. Oh, Adam?
And Tony put his hand up for a while.